Derek and I are up at what we think is a territorial grove, because right here at this location, it happened twice over a 10-year period. Campers were harassed, them, their dogs, by what they say was a Bigfoot. One guy had a long, drawn-out sighting with it, a police officer that was up here. So we come up investigating the location. They're all camping right around what looks like a territorial grove because of all the snap-offs in here. So I don't know, we look enough like a Bigfoot, not quite as hairy, not quite as tall, but they probably think the same way we do, you know. They're kind of like me, so they probably think we understand their language. And a territorial grove, people coming up and camping right at it, they're like, don't they get it? This is mine. And I want to start by showing you, we've been keeping an eye on this area for about 10 years now. And there's a snap-off way up there. One up there. I mean, some of these are up to 12 feet in the air. Some of the shorter ones, 7, 8. Yeah, there's some years that we see new ones. But we come up here at least twice a year looking around for footprints, looking to see if they've done any other markers. And they're jumping up as high as they can to snap these off, and as thick as they can to show how big and how strong they are. And of course, stuff doesn't always go to plan. And I want to show you the fire ring right here. The guys and their dogs were camping right here, practically, well, they were inside the grove.
Absolutely. This is a great place for it.
There's another snap off right there. That one is about 8 or 9 feet tall.
To give you an idea, I'll walk up there. Like 5'5".
Yeah, that's over 10 feet up there. Probably 10 and a half, 11 feet. Sounds high, but when you think about it, people are slam dunking 10-foot rims, and a Bigfoot's much taller than the average person, so they probably have no problem jumping up that high and snapping it off. And like I was saying, nothing always goes to plan. Sometimes they bend the thing over, it doesn't snap like they wanted it to.
But almost everywhere, there's another snap here, there's another snap over there, another one down over there.
But you got to get into these areas and take a look and see what's going on. You know, we could have, like, you know, read both of their stories and it's like, oh yeah, they're just schmucks. But no, we come up and look around and we find this territorial grove. And one of the reasons I think the territorial grove is here is look at all these elderberries. This creature may be marking the elderberry bushes as its own. Plus there's a freshwater spring not too far from here. But here's all the elderberry bushes. They're flowering right now. But these bushes are just going to be full of the elderberries. And in the winter time, we notice that elk and moose like to chew these actual plants down. It's like nature's way of trimming them or whatever. But if they're able to eat the actual plant, maybe the Bigfoot can too. So when there's berries, he's eating the berries. And when he's desperate in the wintertime, he may be eating the plant just like the rest of the animals are. So, oh, there's another couple of snap-offs right over here. But a lot of Native Americans from Alaska, Canada, and including the United States think or say that the Bigfoot will do these snap-offs to mark a territorial area. So the Bigfoot's probably thinking, hey, I'm blatantly telling everybody, stay out of there. And now they're coming in and camping right next to my elderberry bushes. See, there's more of them right here. They're all over up here. Here's one that didn't go as game plan. This one just bent over, but the one right next to it is snapped. And I know a lot of people are going to want to blame this on the wind and snow, but these are aspen trees. Aspen trees, they're, how should I say it? They're experts. Their DNA is to prevent weather-related breakage. And first of all, look at the branches and the leaves. The leaves are real small. They don't hold the snow load. And then they lose their leaves the first in the fall and the winter out of all the trees that, you know, lose and gain leaves. And then they're the last to get their leaves in the spring. The trees bend and whip back easily. So, you know, something intentionally snapped these. And when they first did them, when we found the fresh ones, you could see that it was twisted. And I just don't think the wind or the snow is going to twist these. And the snow don't stay on the leaves even when they have them. These are so good at dropping snow. And then here's one lower to the ground that snapped. We went through meticulously a couple of years ago and counted over 24 in an acre area. Then we get outside of this acre and you hardly find any. And Derek's down there looking for footprints. I can see where animals have been bedding down in this stuff too. We found a fresh one. It's been a while since we've seen a fresh one in this territorial area. But it's fresh enough that some of the top is still kind of green. But it got way up there to a point that's probably 5.5 to 6 inches.
Talking 6 inches round.
Well, if it pulled itself up
Well, look, you got
and then
snap.
grabbed a hold of it.
You got another snap right there. I bet you if we looked around, we'd even find more. But that thing's huge.
Well, the lower part of this tree could probably hold a lot of weight. It might have just pulled itself up there to where it could find a spot that it could actually snap. That's crazy.
Yeah, it snapped almost straight horizontally across to it. Didn't
Some of these bendovers, there rips them over to the side and they stay. And look, right next to it is a big old elderberry bush.
Almost kind of looks like a bedding.
Now that one was a couple of years ago. But we come up here and we find new and old ones, and we've actually come up here like over a 3-week period and saw new ones after only 3 weeks. Everything was still green and everything, and there had not been a major storm. And these types of trees are so wind and storm resistant type trees. All right, so we did find a fresh one. Didn't see Bigfoot doing it, but we're still gonna point it out because it's in a Bigfoot sighting hot spot, and we're keeping an eye on this territorial grove.